Hi, this is the Dude's Motor Vlogs. I'm your boy Mad Dog. If you ever had one of these remote control trucks, it's a 12404 Wltoys remote control truck. That strips out because the factory gear is plastic. So this gear is plastic and now it's round. It's supposed to be like a oval or whatever that is. That's how it drives the truck. Well, both of them for front and back differentials are messed up. But now it has these in there, so it won't be a problem. I guess it's the pinion gear that strips out on these. That's the gear. Okay, folks. If you have a Wltoys Speed Pioneer, part number 12404, well, if you get the truck and it doesn't want to, you plug it in and it doesn't want to work, like it stripped out the gears. But see, this is where the drive shaft goes right here. Then this fits in here like that. And when this turns, when I turn this, see, it'll turn your differential. Well, when you take this out, this gear here strips out. This is the gear that comes with it from the factory. It's right here. I'll show you. See, this is the pinion shaft. See, there's a notch. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. There's a notch there. See, this fits in here. See, like that. And this screw goes in here. And you tighten it down. Well, you would think it would round these plastic gears off. That's not the case. See, those grooves fit in here. And see, this rounds off. See how I can sit there and turn that in there? So this plastic gear is junk. So I bought these metal ones like this. See, it's got the thing cut in there, so this will fit in there. It'll fit in there. Well, I took the back of it. See, that's how it actually goes in there. Then you put the screw in here, it holds it. And see, that won't break because that's metal. Alright, so then when you put this back together, see, I put a little bit of grease in there. And from the factory, they put this little metal washer in here. But see, it's like thin, like it's like a sheet metal washer, which I've never seen that before. But so take this, put that back in there. Doesn't really want to go in there. And of course, it wants to push the bearing out because there's two bearings in there. So I push the bearing back down. See, this will turn in there. I put a little bit of grease in there because without the washer, I tried it with the washer and it was sort of hitting. So it seems better without the washer in there. See, it spins. You gotta put this screw back in there. And you gotta hold, this whole thing wants to turn when you do this, so you take your screwdriver. See, there's notches in here for the drive shaft. Put your screwdriver in there so it won't turn on you. And you gotta tighten the screw on the pinion. And you want it as tight as you can possibly get it. Alright. You see, it still turns. See, it kind of makes a little bit of noise, but I kind of spun this and it got easier the more I spun it, because it kind of drags a little bit, but see, that will be fine. See, it turns. I'm gonna do this, maybe that'll show up better on camera. See, it sits there and turns. It's pretty free. If it sits there and drags, you have to take that washer out if it sits there and drags a lot. Okay, after I turned it some, I'll try and tighten it again. Make sure it's good and tight because you don't want it coming loose. You could probably on the screw put Loctite on it. I just don't happen to have any. Alright, I don't think it really moved anymore, but alright, see, it's good and tight. And I have this RC grease. I just put a dab of grease on this, on the ring and pinion here, because that does turn, and this is a steel gear. It's going to be going against this plastic gear, so it wouldn't hurt to have some grease on it. See, I put grease, see, on this gear here. See, that turns in there. That's the pinion. See, this is your ring gear. Because this is the front differential. See, make sure it all turns freely. So it doesn't really feel like there's much play in it when you play around with it. I guess since we're here, I would tighten these other screws because nothing on this car seems all that tight. Just remember the screws are going into plastic, so don't get too carried away, but you want to make sure everything's good and tight. Alright, see, this is the front end. Oh yeah, see, it does have a notch. So if this went like this, it actually goes the other way. It goes this way. I don't know if you can see that or not, but see there's a little notch here. If I tried to put this ring and pinion in there, it would hit that notch, so it wouldn't let me do it. Alright. Because it depends which way you put the ring and pinion, if it turns forward or backwards. Because it's universal for front or rear. Alright, so you gotta put your axles back in there. Put this axle back in there. Alright, well, instead we'll do it this way. Because that seems to be the way it wants to go. Alright, so that all works. See, it's all... So that fits in there all nice. When you hold this ring and pinion so it can't turn, and you turn one wheel, the other axle here should move. If it doesn't, you have something messed up inside the differential. But it moves back and forth, so that's fine. Alright, so that's that. Then you take that gear I put in there, I put some grease on it. Could probably put a dab of grease on this. You can just put it in a couple spots, because I mean when this goes around it will spread the grease around. Yeah, see these two nubs here? These two nubs fit in those two nubs. So it goes this way. This aluminum piece goes at the bottom. See, and it just fits back together. Meshes. It's a little bit tricky to get to go back together, because you have to slide it on these pins for the control arms. You gotta slide it on there when you put it together. Alright, see there, it clicked together. Just push it till it all clicks together. Make sure there's no gaps like where the differential is here. And there's 4 screws that go on either side of the differential. So these here, you gotta put these back in there. So that side, they didn't go on that side, they go on this side. You can see where the heads of the screws were. And you have to remember when you're tightening all this stuff up, these screws are just going into plastic. So I mean, you want them good and tight, but don't go overboard because it's just plastic. Don't tighten them up. Put all 4 in and just snug them. Don't go and start tightening them up. And this kind of makes for a boring video, but I figure everyone else has these, and you know the gears strip out, because I've used it twice and I stripped the gears out in it. Well, I mean, I didn't do it, it's just a bad design, but it can be fixed with metal gear, so hopefully we don't have any trouble again. If we do, it's no big deal to take it apart, but so then you want to turn this, make sure everything works. When I turn this, as best I can turn it with my hand, it turns the wheels. I guess since we're doing this, we'll put the wheel back on. See, there's a plastic nut in there. It fits on that. You gotta make sure that pin is there. See, when that's in there, see, it turns freely. Probably a good idea on these lock nuts to put Loctite on it so it doesn't come loose on you. Just a thought. See, when I turn this wheel, the other wheel turns backwards because it's an open differential. So as long as you turn it and the other one turns backwards, you can put a little pressure on it and see when it's not turning, it's turning the drive shaft. See, it goes forward and it goes back when I turn the drive shaft. Obviously the tie rods aren't hooked up to it, but that's that. Alright, hello folks. This is your boy Mad Dog with the Dude's Motor Vlogs. Figured I'd do some upgrades to this little truck here because I've had some problems. Nothing too big. It's a Wltoys 12404, and this is the body for it. It's a Speed Pioneer. From banggoods.com, I have gotten some upgrade parts. 12 tooth small bevel gear. It's a H01003. I got 4 of them for $4.36 shipped to me from China, from Banggood, which I don't know if you can read that or not, but it's H01003 is the part number.